On today's episode, we have addiction to success. You want to tune in to this episode. If you ever gone through addiction, if you're facing it, if you're battling it right now, we have a young couple that wants to speak to you to let you know that you can overcome any obstacle and any situation. Stay tuned to The Viewpoint. So y'all got married then. After, you said you went to church, kind of deal with that.
Right.
Y'all reconnected, got married.
Yeah,
Yes.
we reconnected and got married. Yeah.
This is still a young couple. Hallelujah. This how many years?
We've been married 12, but been together 14.
Wow, that's
So-
awesome.
We got married 2 years after we got together.
Okay.
You
So
know.
you already knew you was ready. You wasn't playing no game. You wasn't playing
No,
no game.
he
but-
was ready. He was ready the first week.
I knew. I knew.
First
Yeah.
week,
huh?
let's get married. Let's go.
It was a wrap.
That's
'cause
it. It's over.
I've been out there and ain't nothing out there.
Yeah.
So when I got her, it was a wrap. I literally told her, if this don't work, it's gonna be because of you.
Wow.
You gonna have to leave.
How'd you feel
I
about
ain't
that?
going nowhere.
Did you think that was like,
It's a
I
lot.
can see
It's
that?
it was a lot of pressure because I was just ready to just date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, just like really my first a grown up,
Yeah.
real relationship. I was like, what, 22?
Yeah.
Something like
Wow.
that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right, let's start dating. And then a week after, being with him, wait,
Yeah.
what? Wait, hold on.
The poke game strong, y'all.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
no.
The poke
Hold
game.
on, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
It's the poke game.
Give me a minute.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
But of course it turned out to be wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely an upward hill battle.
It
Okay.
was.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about, learning, God for yourself and stuff that happened around the time that we were together, first
Oh,
together.
man.
Those first couple
That's
of years
good.
that we worked together, really finding
Yeah.
yourself and finding God, for yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like to base our marriage off a rope.
Mm.
It's 3 strands of rope.
Mm.
So you lose one strand, it's not going to stay.
Yeah, it's
tight.
not gonna be
strong.
It's
Yeah.
not going. It's a stronghold.
Yeah.
It's tight.
Yeah.
So that bond is. I will tell her. I actually tell her this often. Like cheating on you or I've never cheated on her, but just
Yeah.
that act or any others. I fear God.
Yeah,
More
that's
than
good.
me.
More than her.
It's good.
I fear God. That's what I'm scared of. Because that
That's
wrath,
true.
don't
Yeah.
want no smoke from that. Because
Yeah. And
I
that-
take marriage for real.
And that was one of my prayers too. Like I'm like, okay, God, I want my husband to.
Yeah.
I want him to love you more than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for him to say that is like, wow.
Yeah.
That was really one of my prayers I wanted.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that took me a lot. We took marriage classes and stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you. Learn God, get a relationship with God, and,
Yes.
He's gonna guide you. 'Cause
ask God to take out what He is
Yeah.
not pleasing to Him, and allow yourself to be receptive of it.
Mm.
Get in a place to where you can hear, because if you still running, you can't hear.
Because God's talking.
He
Oh,
is
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh
All
yeah,
the time.
It's just up to us to listen
Absolutely.
and put, like you said, put ourselves in a position to hear what he got to say.
yeah.
Because he has a voice. I gotta listen. Let's listen.
Definitely got a voice.
Yeah.
He definitely directed me with a lot of the mistakes I made, in these 14 years.
Yeah.
None of them were, I don't regret any of them.
Okay. Okay.
I don't regret none of them because
Okay.
they had to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had to happen because it's some things, I had to work on myself. Once I started working on myself, I was able to understand her more.
So do you think maybe sometimes like people believe in God for different things, but is it because they're not ready for it themselves to receive it? Maybe that's why they haven't gotten it yet?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say that.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly. I asked for a whole lot of things, and a lot of times, like some things I didn't get,
Yeah.
some things you do get. Sometimes God will give you something because you keep asking.
Okay.
And, and the things that I did get, like say, where I'm at now, I'm not surprised by any of it because of the foundation. I was taught, write down what you want,
Yeah.
make it plain. So, but you also got to be strategic on how you ask.
Okay.
I like that.
I ask for things like I want to be financially stable enough to take care of my kids and my family, but I want to see them while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one type of position. You got to run and own something.
Gotta be a boss.
Got to be a boss.
Gotta be a boss. Got it.
So you got to be strategic about what you ask for, because
Yeah.
you can easily cancel out a lot of things
Yeah.
based off the way you ask.
That's good.
You know, so
Good. That's
That's
what's
true.
up, man. Yeah. When you adding to that, you was good on
No,
that.
it was good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
I ain't said it all for that. Yeah.
So they are bosses, you know what I'm saying? They are doing their thing. It didn't always start off that way. And so I want to kind of just talk a little bit about where we start, what was the beginning, where it started with the addiction to get to the success. And so let's just share a little bit. Like, how was those moments with dealing with addiction? Where did you play the role at? The dynamics that it might have had on your family or your relationship. Just where were you guys during those moments?
well, you want me to start?
Yeah, you started explaining, what you were addicted.
Okay, so my addiction started as a teenager.
Mm.
I couldn't put the bottle down.
Yeah.
That bottle was the pilot of the plane for a very long time.
Wow.
So for me, I knew I had a list. Like I say, I had things that I wanted, and I knew that I would get them
Okay.
one way or another.
Yeah.
I didn't know how, but I knew I would get them, and that's where faith comes in.
Yeah.
But I also knew that, along with preparing myself to receive those things,
Mhm.
my addiction was real, and it was a real eye opener when she left.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, that is what caused me to work on myself.
Because you realize, oh, I'm about to lose
I'm about to
the
lose.
thing I've been looking for, wanting,
Yes.
and desiring
Yes.
based off this one or this addiction.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because I knew when I was in my addiction and hard in it,
Yeah.
we wasn't right.
Wow.
You know, but I knew when I wasn't doing what I was doing, we had no problems. So it was the answer's in my face, but you just gotta accept it.
That's good.
You can't have best of the both worlds.
Because some people ain't answering that call. They're not answering that plague or whatever that's hurting them.
Oh,
They're just
they're
letting
not.
it keep pass by, sweeping under the rug. They're not trying to deal with it.
Oh yeah, I did it for a long time.
So
I
how
did it.
how did you what did you do? He said you left. So you just left, like, let me get out of here. Can't do it right
well,
now.
it got to it. I didn't just leave. Okay.
Yeah, it took
I'm
a
gonna
while.
say, I just
Right,
left.
right,
No,
it took a
no,
while.
no,
Yeah.
long suffering. Okay.
Come on,
It was
Mom.
like
Say
our
it.
first, couple of years. We established a great relationship. I could see the greatness, because he didn't struggle with it immediately.
No.
Okay.
So it grew,
Yeah.
and as it grew, it was slow building,
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
stayed, and I'm like, I saw the greatness in him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I know who he really is, so I know he's in there.
Yeah.
But it's slowly, started to dwindle
Mm.
and
Yeah.
dwindle, I
Tip
was
his
praying
hat.
hard, I'm like, God,
Come on
please.
now.
And that was during that time, I'm like, I can't listen to a lot of outside noise. People be like,
In your business. huh?
hey, look, you don't need to be doing, look,
Yeah.
let me try to deal with this on my own.
Yeah.
Even during that time, we got married too, and I had left.
Wow.
Still,
Yeah, she left.
even during that time, we were struggling with that. We got married, and
Yeah.
I'm still trying to stick it through,
Yeah.
praying for him and all that.
Yeah.
And it got hard. It got too hard to the point where I'm like, I can't lose me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God, I know you have something good for me too. I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
this will be good for him to see what it's like without me
Ah.
making it still look like it's all right.
Yeah.
Because that was my job.
Yeah.
That's what wives do. Make look like everything
These are
all
wives.
right.
What
Yeah.
wives do.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, let me go ahead and depart for a minute.
Yeah.
And get myself together, make sure I'm still straight.
Yeah.
And that really was a turning point for us, of course.
Awesome.
That
know.
that was a wake
Yeah.
up call. Like coming home
Yeah.
to the house that you done created and all the turmoil you done put in it.
Yeah.
I had to stay there because she left. So
Yeah.
the house
So you have to deal with that.
it's in my name, so I gotta take everything. So I can't just leave. So
Mm.
I think that was more a part of the healing process.
Absolutely.
Because I came in and I had to reflect
Yeah.
on everything. Like I'm in an empty house.
Yeah.
So,
So you had a moment to kind of really be with yourself and God.
a whole year.
Wow.
12 months.
Yeah, it's a year.
Wow, that's kind of like what we did with this pandemic too. So a lot of people had to suffer being by themselves. And
Yeah.
some people weren't able to handle.
people didn't make
They
it.
didn't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
They couldn't handle being with
Yeah.
themselves.
I'm an extrovert. It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard for me, but it was necessary because once I got over being mad
Yeah.
about the situation, then it was all right. Come to terms, and it's like all right. I can't lose everything. I gotta get it back. So
Yeah.
I had to work on myself. It took a year,
Wow.
but I've been the best ever since. Though
Yeah.
I was able to kick what I had.
Yeah. So did you have to get outside help, or was it more just self-help for yourself?
Man, brother, I was at work and I was praying, and I was like, okay, I gotta get help. I can't do this, so I called the clinic, and it was hard to get in the clinic. And I prayed before I got in the clinic. I was like, if I get in here, that means it's meant to be. And I called, and they had a bed waiting on me,
Wow. So God will move even in the midst of that.
Yeah,
waiting on me.
it's the truth. It's so
See,
true.
I'm
I
trying to
called
tell you, God
her
is
from
great.
work.
Yeah.
I called her from work and
Yeah.
told her, I'm not coming home.
Wow.
I gotta get help. I
Yeah.
can't do this. I'm gonna lose everything. So I just need you to hold down everything. I'm gonna forward all my checks to you, and just keep the bills up, and I'll be back. And I was gone. She didn't see me for that.
It
I
was
was
a
gone
shock.
that
Like
day.
I had no idea.
Wow. You
You
didn't
know
know what was going. I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
That's
that.
why I be sitting here like, ah.
No,
Like
she
y'all
didn't
think
know.
this is a fake face? Like this is real? I'm like, we all getting this
Nah,
today.
yeah, because we had got back together, like just got back together during that time. He was, working on,
Yeah.
working on things, things.
I
But
failed
then
again.
he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead
can't
and do
do
this.
it.
I can't do this by
Wow.
myself.
Yeah.
I need to go get some help.
Yeah.
I know God don't want this for me.
Yeah.
And it's just really a moment. And like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to the council. I'm like, oh, all
Okay.
right.
Check
And
myself
your fear
in.
of God is real.
Yeah.
Oh God, what? Yeah.
Wow.
Man, it's.
Yeah.
I don't feel nobody else but him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's him.
Yeah.
Because the thing, once I transform my mind,
Mm.
I transform my mind to understand that I'm not of this system.
Okay.
God creates systems.
Okay.
He's not of this system.
Okay.
So once you operate on the system you're supposed to be on, what you fearing for?
Mm. I ain't got no reason to fear. When you're on
I
the
got a
right
different
system.
judge. I got a different judge.
That's what's up.
I've seen some things happen with me that they ain't supposed to happen.
Mm.
Like, as far as drinking,
Yeah.
I've been through 4 DUIs.
Wow.
4.
Yeah.
So
I ain't been to jail one time.
Really?
I beat all of them out.
Nope.
How many y'all know that's God? Yeah. Huh?
It is.
I
That's
beat them
what
all
God
out
is
with a
now.
public defender.
Wow.
I didn't pay no money either.
Mm.
Nope.
That's God.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I had a went down for the things that I was doing back then, God word would come back void, and that can't happen.
No.
So it didn't happen,
That's awesome.
and I realized that that's the reason why it didn't happen.
Okay.
So putting that together, it was I'm not of this. This is a different system
Yeah.
because nothing ever works out the way you see it.
Wow.
Like I didn't see this.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of this, but I knew it was gonna happen.
Mm.
Just didn't know how, but I had faith that it would.
And that's what faith is, man. You don't know how it's gonna happen, but you just got an unbelievable, undeniable unction on the inside that this is gonna work the way it's supposed to work. You went and checked yourself in, right?
Yeah.
So you called the clinic yourself.
Yeah.
I called myself
Like,
and
that-
I checked
that's
myself.
strong.
He absolutely
I
did.
stayed in there 30 days.
30.
Wow.
I stayed in there 30 days,
That's
and
hard.
that was. I don't care to do that again, but it was effective.
Yeah.
It was a costly battle, but it was effective.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend anyone do it, but you gotta do what you gotta do though.
Okay.
But if you have any kind of support, take it.
Mm.
Because the people that were in there were all court issue.
Mm.
I was a black sheep in there. People all, you mean to tell me you in here because you want to be?
Wow.
What's wrong with you? I need help.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
So I was the black sheep even in there,
Yeah.
which doesn't surprise me. I've always been the black sheep.
Always.
That's just been who you are.
Yeah.
It's the DNA.
Wow. Jesus
Nothing's
was like
ever
that.
regular.
He was a black sheep or something.
Nothing's ever regular everywhere.
Never.
Wow.
Never. Not even in rehab. To be able to stand out in rehab,
Wow. That's
it's
serious.
it was amazing. Even the teachers I had,
Yeah.
the counselors in there,
Yeah.
they paid different attention to me.
Wow. That's what we want you guys to know. You can break through any addiction that you have and that you're facing, because there's something on the other side of it. God wants to use you on the other side to help people. Like the way this couple talk now, they're helping hundreds of other people, thousands of other families, helping them find jobs, helping them do all these things. But just imagine if he got stuck, got stagnant in that addiction. That would be, we wouldn't be able to have what we have now.
No.
And so now we have him here as a man of God and a woman of God that can stay here and just be cool. Just be regular people.
Yeah.
And can talk to us about everything that happens. So let me ask you this here.
Yeah.
So in AAA, because I don't know this stuff, like
Cool.
in rehab, like
Yeah.
day one, like what's happening?